G'day guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to change a motorbike's clutch. It's a relatively easy and simple procedure, so very good for a DIY. However, I'm not a qualified mechanic, so do this at your own risk. With that all sorted, let's get to it.
The bike I'll be working on today is a JDM Honda CBR250RR MC22. These bikes feature an inline-4 250cc engine producing 45 brake horsepower and 21.5 Nm of torque. This, along with its 157 kg wet weight, makes it one of the fastest loaner legal bikes available in New South Wales. Despite these bikes being over 20 years old, they still hold some serious street cred and really turn some heads.
Alright, so you're going to need screwdrivers, both Phillips and flathead, an Allen key for your fairing bolts, long nose pliers, permanent marker, sockets, ratchet, a long breaker bar. You're going to need this later, I'll show you why. A Dremel tool, a drill with socket adapter, just makes things a lot faster. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal. New oil filter, oil, new clutch, obviously. Something to keep all your oil in, a catchment, rag and a funnel. So with that all sorted, let's get to it.
Before we begin, soak your new clutch plates and filter in fresh oil overnight. Using your Allen key, remove the fairing bolts gently. When up to the last bolt, pay extra attention and gently remove the fairing from the mounts. Place this to the side. Next, remove the oil drain bolt and filter bolt. A bit of force might be needed as they'll be in there tight. Have your catchment ready and try not to spill oil everywhere like I do. But of course, if you do, have a rag handy anyway.
Right, with the oil all drained, we're ready to take the cover off. It's good to start it with just a normal ratchet, then as we get started we'll use the drill. Yeah, just break them off, like that.
You'll need to loosen your clutch cable at the adjuster located at the clutch lever. Do this by loosening the lock nut and twisting it all the way in. To make sure it's nice and loose, jiggle the handle a bit. Using your long nose pliers, open up the housing where the clutch cable sits. Simply pull it out. With the clutch cable removed, use your drill to take off the rest of the nuts. This will make things a lot quicker.
Alright, when you take them off, it's a good idea just to lay them around in the same order you took them off, so that way you know which bolt goes where, because they're actually different sizes.
Use your Allen key to remove the stator bolts. Next, take off the wiring harness support, simply click it out and the magnetic force will click it into the engine housing. To remove the clutch springs, use a ratchet in a diagonal fashion. This will ensure that pressure is loosened equally amongst the plate.
Alright, so this is the castle nut. This requires a very specific socket to get out, a socket that Honda charges $150 to buy. So naturally I said no, that's not happening, I'll make my own one. This is what I came up with. This is just a $4 23mm socket I got from Super Cheap Auto. So I'll show you how to make it. Alright, so this is my castle nut tool. As you can see, I've already made it, so I can't really show you exactly how to do it step by step, but it's pretty straightforward. When you just get your 23mm socket, I got mine from Super Cheap Auto or any hardware store, whatever. Stick this against the nut, which I showed you before. Mark out where the holes are. Open it up in your vise. Then whack it in. Bam, nice and tight, done. Alright, then you want, get your Dremel tool. These things are brilliant. You use them a million times and they're well worth their money. Use a sort of heavy duty cutting disc because you're probably going to go through a couple of these because it's hardened steel. Yeah, just go straight down on each cut and it'll cut it all straight out. So then you've got a $150 tool for $4. How good is that?
With the bike in gear and the rear brake engaged, have somebody help you loosen the castle nut. This will then give you access to the clutch basket. Carefully remove it and place it on a rag. Replace the clutch plates in the exact same order that they came off. Having the same order is very important, as a mistake here could make your clutch slip in the future, wearing it out much faster than it should. With your new clutch plates in the basket, carefully place it back into the engine housing. Set your torque wrench to 45 foot-pound and have the rear brake engaged while you tighten it back up. After putting the cover and everything back together, clean up any oil spills left with your dirty rag. After this, move your bike and blame any stain left on the ground on the dog. Remember to refill your bike with oil. It takes about 2.7 litres with the new filter installed, but check as you go. Reinstall your clutch cable and adjust it by setting the lever with about 1 to 2 millimeters of free play before engaging. Lock it off and you're good to go.
Alright, so there you have it. Simple, easy clutch install on a Honda CBR250RR. Shout out to Marty Carmods who have inspired me to make this video, and I'm assuming inspired thousands of others to do their own stuff as well. So props to you guys, well done, you've done an amazing job. To the rest of you, stay safe and stay upright.